Fellow South Africans, the Minister of Electricity, Kgosientsho Ramokgopa, is a hero. You don't want to hear these words because Africans have got a difficulty in celebrating black excellence. When this man took over Eskom, it was said that Eskom is about to reach a total grid shutdown. And he has managed to put his hands on the steering wheel and steady the Eskom situation up to a point that right now we are not getting any load shedding. Now people are saying this is because that the elections are coming up and the ANC is trying to buy face. But in this video, I want to show you why that is not true.
Welcome to King Said So, Africa's one land, one language, one currency, one army on King Said So. Africans can unite. Your Pan-Africanist podcast. Enjoy.
Peace in Pan-Africanism to all my African brothers and sisters from all around the world. Welcome back to King Says So. I'm your host, King 053, Mr. Easy Imali, and we're back at it again with another one. And this time around, I have to go to Eskom, where the Minister of Electricity, Kgosientsho Ramokgopa, for me is doing a good job. So far. And I know many people with the hatred that we have for the ANC, we then say no because the elections are coming up. The ANC is buying face, and then after the elections, there will be load shedding again. Okay, maybe that's true, maybe that's false, but I want to cover what is going on here in terms of merits. Merits, guys. When these people took over from Jacob Zuma and Brian Molefe, they said that the situation is dire and it needs saving. In came Cyril Ramaphosa and Andre the Raider, who took a dire situation and managed to make it worse. But before I get into that, let's hear what Kgosi Ramokgopa is saying about the progress of the Eskom grid and how they came about in giving us a load-shedding free country. Listen to this.
The picture looks even exceptionally better. What is it? I'm happy to say to the country, as I stand before you today, the energy availability factor of Eskom has breached the 70% mark. So we're at 70.78. That's significant. The last time we achieved this was in August 2021. Thank you to the men and women of Eskom. The exceptional work starting with the chair of the board, Dr. Mteto, and the collective of men and women who are committed to the resolution of this problem. When we went into December of 2023, transitioning into January of 2024, we reached the highest levels of maintenance, planned maintenance. In the period of 3 years, we took out 18% of the total generation capacity into planned maintenance. And these units are coming back. And we had said that we are going to use the periods of low demand to ensure that we go aggressively into planned maintenance as we prepare ourselves for the winter period. And of course, as we enter into this winter, these units are coming back and we are seeing these numbers exemplified by what Chris and the team has achieved here in Kusile. They are now at about 93%. Like I said, for the day now as I stand before you, we are at 70.78%. So that's significant. And as a result of this improvement, it means that there is little reliance on the open cycle gas turbine. By that I mean we are using less and less of diesel. And I'm going to show you also in the rand value. Because what we are told in the public domain, for those who have been unable to achieve this kind of exceptional performance, for those who suggest that this improvement is sudden, they want to deposit into the public domain that the results of this improvement is on the back of the burning of diesel. There could be nothing further from the truth. This is anchored by if you like, base load. This is anchored by these machines that are at Kusile and many other power stations. From here, we're going to Kendal, and then for the first time in a long period, we had ran about 6 units.
Listen to me and listen to me very well, Africans. Give credit where credit is due. I was part of the people, very skeptical, very critical about this new minister of Eskom. I was like, what is this, man? What is the ANC doing? Why are they putting this person in? This is another way of creating another ministry, because it's not only him, it's a full ministry in his office, PAs, people who are working with him in his office particularly. It's a lot of money. It's a waste of money. They have said, listen, we trust this man. He's going to do the job. Even other political parties have said, listen, we know Kgosi is going to do a good job, but he's unfortunately been thrown in the deep end. I am here to say this, or I'm saying that to say this, because somebody pointed it out on the comment section that I like saying, I'm saying that to say this. I was not aware that's a phrase I use a lot. But anyway, I was saying that to say this. As Africans, we must learn to clap hands for our fellow African brothers when they are doing well, especially with this Eskom issue. We saw how much Eskom has affected companies in our country. Even the big companies, your ShopRites and all of your big companies were suffering under the radar, having to retrench people from their companies so that they can buy more diesel to keep their lights on because of under the radar. Now we have a man here who took over Eskom, and Eskom has never been as worse as it was under the radar under Ramokgopa. So we need to congratulate him for doing a great job. Why is it we can't say, but yeah, he's doing a good job? Why must it be an excuse every time with ANC is whatever? You guys follow my channel very much. You know how I am when I speak about specifically the ANC. But this time around, I must give credit to Kgosientsho. I must give credit. He's doing a great job. And you must think about it also. It's not easy running these power stations and making sure that all of them are running. You have to make people happy. It's not only the government employees that you are dealing with, it's the private sector that you are dealing with, sabotages and everything, service providers. There's so many factors that play into Eskom actually working. Because the government does not own coal mines. They buy from people, from white companies, mostly. 90% of the coal supplied to Eskom comes from white companies. So it's not easy to run there. With under the radar, all we had was excuses week by week by week. Do you guys remember?
Due to the loss of Medupi, Kendal, and Duvo units, we now have insufficient generation capacity at our disposal, and as such, we have no alternative but to implement stage 2 load shedding from 2 o'clock this afternoon until 5 o'clock on Saturday morning, the 20th of November. Again, our apologies for that, but we have a challenge with our remaining emergency reserves. Forecasting our projected diesel consumption has put us in a position where we are likely to deplete our diesel reserves too quickly, and that will create an undue amount of risk in the system, and consequently we have to preserve our emergency reserves. And the necessary implication of that is that stage 2 load shedding, just to repeat, will be implemented from 2 o'clock this afternoon until 5 o'clock on Saturday morning, the 20th of November.
Guys, the biggest flop that Cyril Ramaphosa ever made in his life was to appoint a white male that has absolutely no experience in engineering to go and run Eskom. That was the biggest mistake. You guys cry about cadre deployment. You'll never hear me cry about cadre deployment. Unqualified cadres, yes, there I'll have a problem. But as to cadre deployment, 100%. If you are the ANC and you want to stay accountable for what is happening in Eskom, employ your cadres there. And make sure that your cadres are qualified to do that work. There's other positions. They must be occupied by a politically educated person, knowing that if I don't succeed here, the country suffers, and as a result, my president will be blamed. Andre the Reiter had no problem with that. He did not care about the country suffering. He was writing a book. He was concerned about his coffee. He was concerned about his... He did not worry about what was happening in Eskom. His job was as a spy to go and spy against Eskom and kill Eskom. Until today, we are still waiting for Andre the Reiter to sing. He must sing and tell us who are these people that he was talking about. He was never summoned like Jacob Zuma to say, come to the courts. What did you say? 1 billion rand every day was being stolen from Eskom. You are the CEO. Who stole this money? I told you guys the money at Eskom is not cash. Everything is electronic. So when you say 1 billion rand is stolen from Eskom each and every day, man, you're crazy. But you people believed him because he was a white man. So Andre the Reiter put our country on its knees. Kgosientsho, Ramokgopa has managed to make us at least stand up and breathe. Keep our head just above the water. We're not drowning anymore. Kgosientsho is doing a great job. You guys can go in the comment section and tell me. And I know, don't make your hatred for the ruling party blind you on this one. It's not easy. Listen to me. It's not easy running Eskom. Yes, they were burning a lot of diesel. Yes, they were doing that, but it is decreasing each and every month. What do you want? Is your lights not on? What do you want? If you don't run a business, you don't know how important this Eskom thing is. Because when you're at work and Eskom switches off, you don't suffer. You're like, thank God, we've got a 2-hour break. But when it's your business that has got no electricity for 2 hours, you understand the suffering that you get of switching on that generator and putting petrol there. You understand what I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen? Andre the Reiter admitted in his last interview he did with the lady, what's the white lady's name? Anyway, he admitted that, listen, when it comes to what he was supposed to do in Eskom, he failed. That was Andre the Reiter's words. I failed. As to when it comes to load shedding, I failed. Listen to this.
I think you went in with this, as I've understood it, as country duty. You honestly felt that you could make a difference. You tried. Do you think you failed?
I think I failed in terms of the readily measurable objectives, load shedding. That's the big elephant in the room. But if I look at the way in which we've defined a strategy, which I believe is now irrevocably set, that we are going to start the just energy transition. How we have been able to address some key issues on the balance sheet. From an income statement perspective, I think the income statement is looking a lot better than it did. Governance is much improved. I think the organization is in a better space from a compliance point of view than it had been. We are irrevocably committed to unbundling and restructuring in spite of the signal lack of cooperation from the Department of Mineral Resources and Energy.
3 years ago, if you'd known about this, would you have taken the job on?
Probably not. Do I regret it? No.
And this comes from the man's mouth himself. I failed. When it comes to, I try to improve the balance sheet, look better. No. We don't care about all the other things if the electricity is not on. You can't say you succeeded in changing tires and whatever. We don't care about maintenance and was the electricity on or not. Did you improve the situation that you got from Brian Molefe and Jacob Zuma? Brian Molefe was keeping lights on, ladies and gentlemen. Ramokgopa is keeping Kgosientsho Ramokgopa is keeping the lights on, ladies and gentlemen. Black excellence is there in Eskom. Eskom was winning awards 2022 as one of the best state-owned companies in Africa, ran by black excellence. Today, we give it to white people to say they must run it when they don't even have the experience. That must be a lesson that we must never repeat that mistake again. And remember, this white agent, Andre the Raider, was awarded with a job in a university in the USA after leaving Eskom. In fact, his family left before he left. Before he even quit, his family was already overseas. Because it was guaranteed what was happening. Wanted to kill the economy of South Africa. Got there a job. And guess what is he teaching, lecturing about in the university? Guess? Anyone? He's lecturing about energy, how to use energy efficiently. This is a joke, Bafetu. He failed in Eskom, but he goes in America to go and teach about energy. You guys, I don't know. Okay, I'm saying that to say this. Let us just, for 1 second, congratulate and clap hands and take our heads off for Black Excellent. Ramokgopa, Kgosientsho Ramokgopa is doing a great job. Can we just acknowledge that? Please, as black people, can we just acknowledge that? Does not have to be from the EFF or from whoever. It's a black person doing excellent job. Because I'm telling you, if he was failing, black people don't get messy. They don't get a slide like white people did with Andre the Raider. Andre the Raider was like, man, okay, fine, go. You understand? You say people are stealing, top politicians are stealing. Even if you don't tell us, it's fine, go. But Kgosientsho Ramokgopa will never get that slide. As a black person, he is guilty until proven innocent. You understand what I'm saying? So I wanted to make this video specifically for him and say, Ntate Ramokgopa, ra leboga. Ra leboga mmereko o rileng ko montle tota mo Eskom. You made us proud as Africans that actually this thing can be done. There is black excellence. I'm enjoying to see you work, and I hope you're going to continue to succeed. Maybe ANC will lose the elections, but I hope they keep you there as Minister of Electricity. I think now you are showing us that we needed that portfolio of Minister of Electricity. It was not a waste of taxpayers' money. I congratulate you and I wish you the best going forward in the beautiful work that you are doing. I give credit where credit is due. Definitely, for sure. And I'll be okay with it if after the elections then load shedding comes, because remember, after the elections will be winter. So now we're operating at 70%, which is very good. I hope it increases. I'll be okay with it if people come and say, King, you see, load shedding is back, stage 6 again, stage 6. I'll be okay to eat my words. But before I eat my words, let me spit them out and say congratulations to Kgosientsho Ramokgopa. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. Again, I'll remind you guys for our sister channel, African Mojolo with King, where we speak everything about relationships and dating from an African perspective point of view. So please make sure that you go over there, subscribe there, leave your comment, watch some videos, and if you enjoy, stay there. Until we meet next time, don't forget to pray. After you pray, stand up, African child, do your best so that God can do the rest. Peace in Pan Africanism. I salute you. 15 days